Hello. Um, my name is Keegan Davidson, and I'm going to be talking about Portal 44, which is the exhibition that I've um, put together and I'm hosting for my undergraduate thesis at ISU. So, there's been going through a lot of changes recently. Um, both myself personally and globally, there have been a lot of changes, and one of them is just having to work through this platform through video and through Skype. This isn't Skype. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this 100 times if I don't just keep going. So I might as well keep going. Do you have any questions about the work? I assume people have taken the time to watch it. I have a channel that contains work from the last 4 years, and the work that's contained there is a kind of a mythology around this cybernetic being who goes by Rindo, by the name Rindo. So if you know me from the university, then you might know me as Keegan or as Rindo. And that is at the core of my work what makes things revolve, what makes things go, and that helps me sequence things in my art practice. It helps me frame a chronology. So I began developing this character 2018 when I was just concerned with navigating technology. I was I began learning like web programming at that time. So I wanted to learn how to hack and how to exploit information and save information. And the easiest way for me to do that without getting into a bunch of trouble is to create an alter ego and then attack that myself. So along with the alter ego, it just fit into my work to create a narrative for this cybernetic being. Who I never think of Rindo as having a physical form. I never think of Rindo as like being someone who walks. Um, I only think Keegan Davidson. I don't think myself as a real like physical form, but I can shift into the mind of Rindo because of the information that I have access to. this virtual reality. Any other questions? I work with home videos, like stuff that my family has from like my childhood, or yeah, I work with home videos, and those are really important to help keep a sense of time connected to Rindo, because Rindo is like someone who exists just around like the year 2000 until and he doesn't sit on a fixed timeline. Or space. There's like a remapping that kind of happens with Rindo Child's performance. He'll go from one state to the next, and that's like determined by in my mind it's like determined by IP addresses, or like if I'm online as Rindo Child and I'm recording Snapchats, or I'm recording like tweeting and saying things as Rindo Child, then whatever happens in that state stays in that state. That kind of like brings me to like the conclusion of Portal 44, where like remote technology dictates this invisible thing, and it's not about gaining, it's not about improving technology or degrading it, but within my work there's a lot of corruption that happens, and there's a lot of code breaking, and eventually like the images that Rindo can like appear in get completely disintegrated. Like I said, Rindo doesn't ever walk. Rindo doesn't ever have a body, but I play the role of Rindo in the movies in the hallway. In Portal 44, like if you see my face, it's Rindo. At least that's how I framed it for myself. There might be some exceptions to that, but the point being is this idea of information creating an intelligence is just being like pulled in by my form and by what I put out as a human user of technology, to see what kind of extra ordinary things can happen with this synthetic identity. One more question. To sum it all up, I have had a lot of sorry. To sum it all up, I've had a lot of like crazy experiences from this practice, and I don't know if Rindo Child is still here, or if he'll come back and another part of my practice, but I can say that I think I can think about things in an entirely different context than I used to, and by just imagining or placing really this character in the future or in the past, or as someone just transitioning through me, and someone who programs to never appear in a different form. Biology design. I don't know what it is. I'm just speculating.